These are the Black Roses Altrosa playing cards, and if you want to know what a giant deck of Black Roses Altrosa playing cards would look like, make sure to stick around to the end of the video. We'll start with the tuck box. On the front you have the Black Roses logo with 2 circles surrounding it. On the both long edges you have Black Roses Altrosa with the Black Roses logo right here. Over here you have Black Roses playing cards. On the bottom of the tuck box you have the Black Roses ad copy and Daniel Snyder, and then on the top it just says Black Roses with the logo again. The back is going to be the back design, which we'll get into in a second. And of course you have his signature on the large inner tuck flap. Nothing on these two, so let's take a look at the cards inside. Your Black Roses Altrosa playing cards back design is absolutely gorgeous, super intricate, super detailed, and honestly one of the most elegant decks I've ever held. When it comes to your number cards, the blacks are going to be a little bit faded, a little bit less of a black. It's like somebody threw a little bit of fog over it. But all of your standard placement, all of your standard pips shapes, and then for your red cards, now all of your diamonds and hearts are going to be a little bit of a muted pink. Then same thing for your clubs and hearts as well. So everything's going to be nice enough to where you can still do magic and cardistry and everything you need to do with this. Same goes for your 3 aces. Now the core cards basically only have one standard card where the face is the same and is only holding the same thing, except for the colors have been faded and have been changed a little bit, but everything else besides that is going to be all different, whether it be what they're holding, like in this case a rose, their face, everything is going to be different in some way, shape, or form. So I'll go through each of these so you can check them all out. Honestly, they're extremely beautiful. This one actually right here is the designer of the deck, Daniel Snyder. So every one of these is just super freaking cool. Look at that. Dude has a staple gun. Like, this stuff is just absolutely wild to me. Like, who comes up with all this and has the time to create each one of these playing cards? It's just gorgeous. Next we have your duplicate jokers that have the pink stem but a black rose. Now on to your extra cards. The first one is kind of funky where you have a 0 of diamonds. And the other one is going to be the same back design but this time in a royal blue. And last but not least, your Black Roses Altrosa Ace of Spades. So let's check out if this deck can Faro shuffle from top to bottom. Faro's perfectly every other. And then from top to bottom, every other as well. Now when it comes to the stock and the finish of this deck, it does feel like it is a little bit thicker than a normal deck of playing cards, maybe just by a little bit, but there is a little bit of a noticeable difference, although it is definitely not a lot. And then when it comes to the actual feel of this deck, like what you're actually going to be handling, it is definitely on the buttery side. So snappy decks are more for things like either backdrop or ATM, and then you have Under Pressure, which is more of a buttery type deck move. So clearly it's going to look absolutely gorgeous for anything like that. And even though it's not definitely a cardistry deck, it's more of a magic deck, it handles definitely well enough to where if you're trying to do things like lapel spreads or second deals or anything like that, or even something like a diagonal palm shift, anything is going to work absolutely beautifully with this deck no matter what you're trying to do. So even if you're trying to do something like that, clearly this deck is just incredible. And like I promised before, this is not the only type of deck that you're going to get with these playing cards. Again, this is what it looks like when you put the cards in the box. This is what it looks like when you have an even bigger one. This is literally 4 times the size of this playing card. Like, you can take this, you can put it here, and you can put it twice on this side. Like, there's literally 4 decks of cards in this box right now, and it's literally crazy. But that is not all that actually is in here. And if you want to check out everything else that goes in this box, make sure to check out the video right here. And if you want to pick up these playing cards, you can check it out right here or in the description below. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. This is CPM, signing off.